This is After the Bell with David Self.
David Self here, After the Bell. Catching up with the new Midwest champ, Mr. Broadway.
You see my dragon?
Catching up with the new tag team champs come out of nowhere, Mount Olympus and your entourage. What is it? How did you get this? David Self, After the Bell, catching up with Kendall Fire, defending that championship one more time. Tell me about it, buddy. How was it in there in the ring?
I don't get it with these newer guys, and they're constantly going after my shoulder. I don't know if it's the jazz hands, if they just, I don't know. I just need them to stop it a little bit. I kind of need this. I do jazz hands very often, and I would hate to disappoint the fans when I can't do it.
He seemed like he was targeting you pretty good there in the shoulder area, trying to slow you down a little bit, but you did hit him with the dance moves. You got him a dance lesson in there.
And I did.
You gonna charge him for that?
I might, It took me about $40,000 a year to, actually train properly. So, at least 200. That's my minimum.
Yeah, there you go. So let's move away from your title defense. Another success there. Still holding on to that Midwest title here in Elite Pro Wrestling. But hey, let's go to the video that played right after you got out of the ring. Of course, Khalil Akbar, he's not here, but he sends a video along and he's targeting you. Tell me about that.
I think he has the audacity. I think that for somebody who talks about how dominating he is, and what did he say? He's won it back in August. And here it is almost a year later. And just because you've held a title for a year doesn't mean that you've defended it properly. I've been defending this title ever since I held it. He's missed how many? About 3?
Yeah, he hasn't been
Three
here in a while. We haven't seen him around the locker room. So, yeah.
And whose fault is that? His own. If he showed up and did everything and showed that he was this champion, have more wins than I do. But do you? Maybe. He's what? I don't know. I don't care. But I have been defending since I won this title, and I think that I'm doing a pretty good job. And if he really wants to do something about it, he can leave me with the threats. Just come and do something about it.
So how does that make you feel? He come right at you there, and he said, you don't know when, you don't know where, but he's going to show up. And I mean, how much weight do you think that even carries?
None at all. Because how many times has he actually stood in the ring with me face to face? See, he thinks that he has one up because he won the title way back before me. But I think that I have one up on him because I'm here.
And he's here now. Midwest champion, Elite Pro Wrestling, David Self, After the Bell with the champ.
Thank you.
David Self, After the Bell, catching up with the notorious Tyler Six after a victory. First off, let me ask you, you all right?
I'm excited about picking up the win.
It was a good win in the ring. Let's start right there because we got a lot to work with right here. Let's start out in the ring. You, Matt Maverick, going at it again. You come out on top. Tell me about the action in the ring just to get started.
I didn't even want to give him a chance to turn around, come at me with his cheap stuff that he does. So pulled a bit of a dirty move myself. I attacked him from behind, so that is what it is. But I wanted a hot start after what happened at the last event between me and him, the last Odon event between me and him attacking me after our match. And all the words he's had to say to this point, I didn't want to give him a chance. I wanted to come in hot and make sure I could get the upper hand right off the bat.
And you got it done. You got it done in the ring, but now let's move away from the victory and into a little bit of a darker subject here after the match. Your old tag team partner shows up. We see Drew Legend return to the ring, and it wasn't quite the reunion. I could see the shock look on your face before it all went down. Break it down for me.
Let me tell you that no one was more shocked than I was. I mean, he hasn't been here since everything happened, since I left him in the Hollywood Underground. Ever since all that happened, haven't seen him. Haven't seen him since. He hasn't been around. And now that I'm in this, whatever this is with Matt, he wants to show up. And you know what? Not even just that. Not even just him showing up. But it turns out, underneath that mask, underneath all the charades, the charades, whatever you want to call it, was Velvet freaking Vixen. At one point in time, I said she was the saving grace of the Hollywood Underground. And I'm so on the line between, do I want to hate her and let her go and be with these villains, these bad people? Or do I try to save her? You know, try to get her back to like my side. In this case, the light side. Try to get her back, but I'm so torn between it because she comes out, she hits me 3 times, knees me in my badlands, and just, I don't know.
Seems to be a lot of fallout from way back in the Hollywood Underground days, and then you add in Matt Maverick. It's a victory tonight, but you've got a lot to think about, a lot going forward. Give me the vision. What does it look like?
The next step is at our next event. Next time we're here, I want Drew Legend in the ring. And I'm gonna beat his ass back out of the company and back over to St. Louis where he belongs.
All right, one last thing before we wrap up. Break down Matt Maverick for me. You get the win tonight. Describe Matt Maverick.
Matt is vicious, brutal, and he says I don't have the killer instinct. But let me tell you something, Matt. You are a cheap knockoff of who I am. You want to grow your hair out with your balding ass? You want to come out here with your vest and your hood all caked up and everything? It's a cheap version of me. And he wants to stay a cheap version of Tyler 6 because he don't want this smoke. I promise you that. And his time will come. I'm gonna find. He's got his people. I'll find me someone.
All right, David Self after the bell. Tyler 6 picking up the win. David Self after the bell. Catching up with the man, go big or go home, John Scrutch. 5 men in the ring. You were one of those 5. You were the last man standing. Buddy, tell me about the action in the ring.
It was tough. 2 tag teams. Well, it was one goal, and that's to qualify for that ladder match. And they hit hard, all of them. But at the end of the day, I went hard, and they went home.
You really had to dig in right there at the end up against Dalton Davis, man. He wanted that ladder match. I heard him backstage before the match even started. He said, man, I'm going to qualify, but he ran into John Scrutch and it didn't get done, did it?
Exactly. He didn't realize who I was. This is our first time doing the interaction, and he saw firsthand what I'm capable of. But that's in the past now. September 3rd, I'm going for that ladder. I'm going for that, whatever. It could be a trophy, a briefcase, a fake title, doesn't matter. I'm going to grab that, and that's going to be my biggest moment because it's the first ever ladder match.
First ever ladder match for EPW. You are the first ever qualifier for a ladder match with EPW. How's that feel, man?
I mean, it's an honor, but the work not done. The work is not done. I don't know who's going to be in it, but I hope y'all ready. Because like I said, one by run, I'm going to grab whatever is up there. And you looking at the new, whatever title will be, Ladder of Hope, because all the hope is going to be with me.
That's right. They saw it tonight, so whoever else qualifies, they're going to know. They saw you go in the ring with 4 other guys. You come out the winner tonight. David Self after the bell. Mr. Qualifier, go big, go home, John Scrutch. David Self after the bell, catching up with Mount Olympus. Let's go to the ring first, guys. You guys lost in the ring.
I wouldn't call it losing, okay? We didn't lose! We didn't lose! Okay, look. A disqualification is not a loss. All right, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. We still have the gold, or the platinum as you want to call it. We still have the championship belts. As far as we are concerned, we left with these. So as far as we're concerned, we're winners. Winners in our book. Winners.
Okay, let's break that down because you didn't even put the titles on the line tonight.
They didn't deserve it. They didn't deserve it. What did they do? What did they do to actually deserve a title shot? Who have they ever beat? Okay?
Well, they beat you guys tonight, right?
There's no loss. Does this guy not listen? Do you not listen? Look, what I'm saying to you is this. We had 2 undeserving scumbags, a dragon and a knight.
Dragons aren't real.
Neither are knights.
Knights aren't real.
Not anymore. They don't get shots at these titles, okay? Simple enough, not at the peak.
Okay, but when the bell rang, you guys lost, right?
And at the end of the match, they climbed the mountain and they got tossed off like everybody else.
All right, I can see we're
Next
going
question.
to
Next
agree
question.
to
Read your cards. Next question.
I'll read my cards when I'm ready. We'll agree to disagree, but you guys didn't win tonight. How about that? You didn't win tonight.
Yeah, we also didn't lose. We also didn't lose. So say what you need to say.
All right. So let's go after the bell. And you guys seem to have a little bit of fire left in you, even though you didn't win. You
Also didn't lose. Look, after the bell rang, we did what needed to be done. It's free game. Okay? If you climb the mountain, if you are a dragon or a knight, you get slain. That's quite simple. We took them outside the ring and we put them both through tables. And you tell both of them whenever they decide to recover from their back injuries that these titles still won't be deserving of them. We will remain in possession of the tag team champions until the day I die. Okay? Because you have to understand something. Okay? They didn't deserve it. They got put through tables. And no one else that comes in through that front door deserves a title shot either. So they can get put through tables. And if they want to keep on challenging for them, they can keep putting through tables. It don't matter. All right? You don't laugh at me. I see the smirk on your face because I got
one more.
It's hot. It's hot in there. All right?
Just calm down now. I got one more question for you.
That table didn't even break all the way. You want to go through it? You want to go through the table?
Man, just calm down. I don't need thrown through a table. Just if they come and they make a challenge, are you guys going to put the belts on the line?
We didn't lose this time.
Listen.
Why would we lose next time?
Let's do this. Okay?
You keep saying it.
If they really want a shot at these, let's say this. When they get out of the hospital and they recover, whether it be a month, 2 months, or 3 months, whenever they want a shot at these, you tell them that we'll issue an open challenge strictly for them.
All right, there you have it. David Self after the bell with the tag team champs.
Because we didn't lose.
We don't lose.
Damn.
David Self after the bell, catching up with the heavyweight champ and the Bishop, Eli. So you guys get in the ring tonight, first time you're defending the titles, and Coda Camilla comes in the ring. Tell me about the match. Tell me about the in-ring action.
It was a pretty intense match, but I knew from the beginning that Yoder would come out on top. Evil never prevails.
So Coda comes in, and you know Coda, well, he escaped from the asylum, they say, and he's not quite right. He kind of put the hurt on the big man early on. Is he all right tonight?
Yeah, Yoder's doing well. He got a little hurt on the beginning, but nothing that he can't walk off. You know,
He's probably been kicked by a horse a few times, so it's probably nothing new to him, right? Yeah, there you go. So okay, let's go from in ring with Yoder and Coda going at it, and of course Yoder comes away with the belt again. He defends it successfully for the first time after taking it away from Bo Sawyer. But let's go to you outside the ring. We haven't seen much out of you and being aggressive, but Crazy Scott comes out with Coda Camilla, and he's about to put the hurt on the big man, and you go to his aid. That's the first time we've seen that. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, I have no idea who this Crazy Scott guy is. This is the first time I've ever seen him, but you know, just kept interfering in the matches and just not playing fair. So I thought I'd even it up a little bit and help out.
So you're not afraid to get your hands dirty in the situation?
Never.
All right, so let's move past that. Let's move past Coda Camilla and Crazy Scott and all that, but let's go back to the beginning of the night when we had Yoder come out and we were going to celebrate the new champion, and then here comes Clayton Clark. What's going on with Yoder and Clayton Clark?
I'm not exactly sure. I think that Clayton wants the title and he just can't quite get it on his own, so he's trying to do what he can to steal it.
Well, back at the Davies County Fair, we saw what happened. He was Bo Sawyer's sidekick all the way up to that point, and then he stabs him in the back. Yoder wins the title, and then he comes out tonight talking trash again. What do you think about Clayton Clark? I'll just ask you point blank.
Well, I'm not really honest what to think about. Hey,
Hey!
I'll tell you what I think about Jebediah! Yoder!
Hey!
I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna finish this guy. Come on. Yoder, I'm gonna come for you. I'm gonna come for your family. I don't care how many of your brothers, your sisters, or your incest kids I have to take out.
All right, David Self after the bell with the champ.
somebody get help over here.